everyone, and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Taurus. I hope all my Taurus friends are doing well out there. Do let me know in the comments section how things are going for you. It helps me connect with your energies, and also I really enjoy reading feedback. Sometimes it actually makes my day, so thank you to everyone who does leave a comment. It means such a big deal to me. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we do have the Knight of Wands, clarified by the Hierophant. In the obstacle position, we have the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Empress. In the present position, we have the Justice card, clarified by the Five of Wands. And in the future outcome position, we do have the King of Wands, clarified by Temperance. So let's get right into this spread for the month of June, dear Taurus. It does look to me that you have taken a lot of action in the past, because you have the Knight of Wands. You were able to kind of take change that happened in your life with stride. You were able to kind of go with it as things, kind of changed, and you were able to be flexible, and that worked out greatly for you, dear Taurus. You also have the Hierophant in the clarifying position, which is really, really great, because the Hierophant is you, dear Taurus. But also the Hierophant is a great card because it's about, ethics and morality and traditions. And the Hierophant is a card that grounds us, right? It reminds us of what is truly important. It reminds us to connect to something bigger than ourselves, to remember that there's a moral aspect to our life, right? Where light is all about doing good things, and darkness is all about doing not so good things. So the Hierophant, he's this mentor. Sometimes in our life, we have a teacher that can be a mentor, or a neighbor that can be a mentor, or like an older cousin that can be a mentor, parent, grandparent, a friend, perhaps, maybe an older sibling, if you will. And they kind of remind us and bring our higher self out. And so the Hierophant is a really great card because it kind of reminds us to focus on that Christ consciousness, right? Doing good for yourself and for others, remembering that how you treat yourself and how you treat others is very important. And so that's where the ethical, the moral aspect, comes in. And so your foundation is grounded in that, which is really amazing, because that foundation is going to take you far. And it has already kind of made you stand out from the crowd. The Knight of Wands is a great card because it's all about movement. It's all about setting things up so that you can be, the king. And that is what you are come the end of June. You are recognized as a leader by other people, which is great because, the King of Wands, he's super magnetic. He is he's very easy to follow because he sees the big picture, but he also understands, what people basically want around him. The Knight of Wands is also, it's great, that it's in the past position, because it means you've progressed, you've learned, you've accomplished, even though you do have the Wheel of Fortune in the obstacle position. The Wheel of Fortune, when it appears in the obstacle position, obviously means that, there is stagnation. You are experiencing a moment where you feel like things are not moving as quickly as they need to be, because you really have worked very hard. You've put in a lot of time and energy into things that are truly important to you. And so the Wheel of Fortune is a card that appears when we feel a little bit frustrated that the wheel isn't turning. And so we are experiencing a lack of control that can create some anxiety and some frustration. So it's very important to keep drinking plenty of water, to make sure you get enough rest. Rest can be rest is not just about sleeping, you know? Rest can be very active. Rest can be very like distracting, doing something that you really love and enjoy, and it kind of gives your mind a little bit of rest. It gives your mind a break from, you know, the daily routine that you do, if you will. So there's different kinds of rest. I believe I saw somewhere that there's actually 7 types of rest. And so I definitely highly recommend that. I also recommend meditating. The weather is really great, so meditating in nature actually would work great. But also kind of taking your shoes off and walking on the grass. I was doing that earlier today so that you can actually connect with, you know, the earth, and, you know, exchange energies. And the earth will provide very grounding energies. You can also do those cording exercises, right? Where you imagine a cord going deep into the earth's core, if you will. And that kind of gives you a little bit of a stability, if you will, and security as well. Sometimes when we get the Wheel of Fortune, also, it means that there is progress, but not the kind you want. For example, like if you always wanted a promotion, you could get a promotion, but then realize that it requires way too much work on your behalf, right? So even though from the outside it looks like you have been promoted, but, you know, on the inside, you know, you have to work so much harder and have, you know, completely new tasks and things that can be a little bit stressful. So it is important to remember not everything, when you look at other people, you know, it's important to remember what they do when you do not see them, right? So, you know, that is something for you to kind of be aware of. Getting what you want, is what I'm trying to say, is not always the great thing, because sometimes it gets you into a trouble, like it gets you into a deeper trouble, if you will. You also have the Empress in the clarifying position. Both of these are major arcana cards, so this is a pretty significant obstacle for you, Taurus. And, you know, greatness is it can be difficult sometimes being a Taurus, right? Because you have quite a lot on your shoulders, because you have, you're always so dependable. You're always like a rock for other people. But it's also important to remember that, you know, because you're so great, the obstacles that are in front of you can be overcome, and will be, because you have the King of Wands as well as Temperance in the future outcome position. But the Empress is a major arcana card that reminds us that we don't want to be overly dependent on something. Sometimes when you get the Empress in the challenging position, she can be quite dependent on a particular situation or a particular relationship. It's important to remember to let things go. Allow what comes to come and what goes to go. Sometimes, you know, the Empress in the challenging position can also be about kind of feeling somewhat needy, right? So it's important to remember to allow your energy to come and to go freely, without kind of clinging to a specific outcome or a specific situation or a specific relationship, because then, you know, you will be rewarded 10 times fold, if you will. Now, in the present position, we have the Justice card, which is all about fairness, which is all about truth, which is all about things finally being like coming into alignment for you. But we also have the Five of Wands in the clarifying position. So there's definitely a little bit of a competition that is happening in the background. So while justice is coming in, there's still a lot of things to work out. And because the Five of Wands can denote clashing of different personalities. Different personalities find justice for them, to be different. So it's important to remember that, if you stay calm, if you are grounded, you are going to be able to see all sides of the equation. So the competition and the clashing of the personalities is really not going to affect you, because you're going to do what is right, because what is the right thing to do. You have the Hierophant behind you. In the future outcome position, you have the King of Wands, which tells me that you're coming into power. Anytime you receive a king or a queen, there's some amount of royalty, kind of like strong power associated with that card, and associated with the sign that receives that card as well. The King of Wands tells me that you're very magnetic, that you're very much more influential than you realize. And so be careful with that. That's why you have the Temperance in the clarifying position. Make sure that you are cautious. Make sure that you are proceeding forward cautiously and patiently, and that you are weighing kind of all aspects of the situation or of the relationship. You definitely want to take advantage of having the King of Wands in the future outcome position. Justice is on your side. You're finally taking that seat on your throne. You're finally coming into your power. People are finally, truly important people are finally paying attention to you. So make sure that you are very careful with what you say and what you do, because every step that you make is being carefully watched. You're definitely going to be overcoming major challenges. The Wheel of Fortune, the Empress. So, as the end of June approaches, you will be able to see the progress that you haven't been able to see before. Now let's see what we can clarify with the Mystical Wisdom card. And we have Archangel Raphael, provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit. So definitely work with that healing energy. It's going to help you really kind of ground yourself and really be able to receive the messages that may have been escaping you. Also, I've pulled an energy oracle card as well. We do see caring connections. There are people in your life who care about you, who think of you fondly and positively, and hope that you succeed, and wish that you do well. So, do reach out to those caring connections, because it's important for you to remember you don't have to hold the entire world on your shoulders. You can, but you do not have to. I think that it would be, important for you to delegate. Kings definitely delegate. Queens definitely delegate, because that way you are able to focus on self-care, but also focus on things that are important to you in many different aspects, Taurus. Let's see what we can clarify with the Angel Oracle card. We also have ask for help from others. So that's great. Definitely make sure to reach out to people and, have resources around you. Sometimes two heads is better than one. Sometimes, you get a little bit stressed out, maybe have some anxiety, it's hard to always see the way forward. And so that's why having other people around gives you a little bit of a perspective. You can orient yourself, maybe your friends or your coworkers can tell you, you should take a day off, or maybe no, you should focus and work on that a little harder. You know what I mean? It's sometimes other people can give us a little bit of an orientation of where we need to do, like where we need to go and what we need to do. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Taurus. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to visit me on Instagram. I also started a Facebook group, so do check me out there as well, and feel free to post how you feel or comments or anything that comes to mind. I definitely would appreciate people reaching out, because I always love working with other people's energies. It's something that I've always really enjoyed, and it's something that really gives me a lot of interest, a lot of passion. So I will see you there, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time. Thank you.